make a use of that phone. If you do not have data, buy it. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Nalongo Letitia, and in today's video we are going to talk about what causes some some housemaids, most especially in Gulf countries, to run mad. We all know that these people run mad, and if I'm not so mistaken, many of you have watched those videos, many of you have watched those um, clips. Most of them, they are just clips showing those girls that are running mad. um, According to my opinion, I'm not saying that it is the overall opinion or it is the overall answer to everyone. But according to my opinion, the reason as to why those girls get mad, number one, is the family background. In most of the cases, those people who really run mad because of not the other things that I'm going to give you, sometimes it is the family background. What I mean by the family background is the sometimes relatives, like those relatives that envy those girls or those people, and then they be like, why did she or he has to travel? Where did she go? Now she has gone to make a lot. By the way, in Africa, what so long as you're not in Africa, you have taken a flight, it means you have too much money. No matter the job you're going to do, they always think that you have too much money. You understand? So that thing always stays in those people. We always live back home, and then they happen to do those culture things, and then they happen to make you run mad. And another thing, it is because of the money that you always send to them. That's why I'm saying the family background, the money you always send to them, leave alone the envy, because that envy is also there. Then there is the money you always send to them. You understand? And then they be like, she has sent me the money, now I have already used the money, I don't know what to do. She is coming back, let me make her run mad. And another thing, still under the family background thing, is this culture thing. I don't know in other countries whether they do practice this or not. But in my country, there is that thing that they always practice. It is kind of culture, and maybe you have your ancestors. The ancestors don't want you to travel, to leave the country. They want you to stay poor. Sometimes they want you to be there, or those small gods, I don't know how to, and then they want you to be there. Banange abukanziremu mu Luganda ng'ebyekika byakugaana otambula, ng'era w'otambulira n'olinnya ennyonyi ogenda kugwa eddalu. Kati now with those ones in another language, I don't know how to explain that. Naye mu Luganda oba ogenda, ebyekika biba byakugaana okutambula, biba tebyagala otambule. That one I have evidence, by the way. The girl, she wasn't like, she was bewitched. She did not have those brother, sister, blah, 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 blah. But the ancestral thing, they did not want her to travel. And right now she's home. She's seated. She's not doing anything. Once she takes a flight like this, she runs mad. She comes back home. She is fine. I don't know what is wrong with Africa. Anyway, number two, it is the pressure of our bosses. The pressure of our bosses. These people, the way they can pressurize you. And some families, I've said some, not all, not even the majority, the minority. Like if I would say 100%, I would say maybe like 10 or 5. They also still have those ancestral things in their houses or in their home, satanical things. Yes, however much people go through depression and then they run mad, but these people, they also have those ancestral things in their houses. And then they have sometimes they practice that witchcraft, and then it happens to make you go mad. That thing also happens, but it is not so much. It is not really so much, though it happens. Then plus their stress that they are always putting on you and pressurizing on you. It can make you run mad, shouting, banging doors. You do not understand the language. You are trying to balance yourself between home and between work, and the people are being, I don't know how to say, hostile. I think I would use hostile. Like they are not welcome. They are always, they don't care. Yes, you are in their house, but what they care about is their house. Is it clean? Have they eaten? Those things, and they are shouting at you, they're pressurizing you. All of those things can make you run mad. You always have to control. Once you see all of those that are surrounding you, try so much and control yourself. Forget. And the problem with this running mad thing, you can't really understand, or you can't really know when you're going to go mad. You just have to. But if you see that the pressure is really becoming too much, cool down yourself. If you see those people, that if you happen to be in a house with those people that are practicing those culture things, those ancestral things, always pray to God. Always be a prayerful woman. Pray, because it is only you and God in that house. And by the way, another thing that still run you mad is because of those things that you always carry from home. Not all, by the way, but so many people, they always carry those ancestral things still. One my boss told me about that thing that the housemaids always carry, but this one she was telling me was coming from Ethiopia, and I was like, oh, even Ethiopians. And then they cut hairs for the babies, and then they put it somewhere. Those things can make you run mad. I don't know if it is me who is scared of them. The only thing that I know that you always have to be sure of is carrying yourself with the Bible. And lastly is depression. I'll still repeat, depression. Stop thinking. Most of the times, depression, anxiety, they always go together. These things, they always come together if you think too much. People do not understand that thinking too much is a problem that can bring a mental illness. People don't know. And this one, it is the major. Yes, I've said about the ancestral thing. It's okay, it also happens. I've talked about your bosses being so noisy, shouting, yapping, and all of that. Yes, also that happens. I've talked about bosses being like still practicing those culture things. It also happens. It's okay. But the main thing is depression. Depression can make you run mad. And depression is caused by overthinking. Even if you go to Google, they are not saying that these are the main causes of depression. It is because of overthinking. They only give you the symptoms of depression. But with the causes of depression, they will tell you mental illness, you don't have a job, you don't have money, but all of those, they come while thinking. Now, those ones are, they belong to all of those people that are working the other side. You have money. Once they give you your salary, and they are not giving you Wi-Fi, buy airtime. I don't know how to say credit card. At least tell yourself that my 100, let you are put, because If you happen to run mad, or if you happen to have any mental disorder in Saudi Arabia, what they are going to do is they are going to carry you back home. When they carry you back home, my dear, this little money you have made here, this little money you have made here is not going to be enough to treat your illness. Unless if they have taken you to a government hospital, and even if they take you to a government hospital, it is not really going to treat you as good as the way you have to be treating yourself. If you happen to go to a house that does not allow you to have a phone, leave. In Saudi Arabian law, they always say a maid has to have full control. It is in the contract. A maid has to have a full control over her phone. They do not have to tell you that at this time, get your phone. Okay, they can tell you at this time, be on your phone. But when they are not seizing it, and then they are telling you, have it, and then take it from you, and then have it. No, you have to have your phone. If you have your phone, load data. When you load data, keep yourself entertained. Your brains are going to be straight. Why do you think people always go for comedy shows? Do you think sometimes they want? Why do you think people go for vacations, go for outing? It's not that they want, but they are running away from all of those. It is part of health. But here, you are not going to go for clubbing, you're not going to go for comedy shows, you're not going to go for vacations, but you can have them on your screen. Entertain yourself. Running mad is real here in Saudi Arabia. People do run mad. And by the way, not only Africans, even those Filipino, Bangladesh, Pakistan, they also run mad. But have you ever seen those ones that are working outside? Like they are not housemaids, but they are working outside. Have you ever seen them running mad? Depression, thinking too much, it can cause you that. It can bring you bad dreams. And those bad dreams, you will start dreaming you're making suicide, the children, yeah, they're dying, and then you're thinking about dying too much. That is depression. And sometimes you run mad. All of those things causes it. It is the number one reason. Make a use of that phone. If you do not have data, buy it. It is part of your health. This is your money. The money that you have made here, if you happen to run mad, it is going to be timeless. So that means you'll have to come back here and work for 4 to 5 years for you to raise that money just to take care of your mental illness. But if you just have 100 real like this every month, sometimes it is even 50. But let me just say 100. And then always load it and make yourself busy on that phone. Talk to your family, talk to people, laugh, shout, dance, yell. Make sure you are happy from the time you have entered until the time you go. Of course, you can't run away from sadness, but make sure you're always happy at heart. Sweetheart, you are never going to see depression. Those mostly, I want you to be keen. Most of those girls that you see that are running mad, most of them, they do not have phones. If they have phones, their bosses are controlling them. If their bosses are not controlling them, they are keeping their little money. They do not want to buy data so that they be on phone to talk to people. Even if you're not talking to people, you will be watching movies, you will be watching people enjoying their lives, you will be watching comedy, you will keep yourself entertained. All of that is mental health. Some people do not understand, and they don't know that this thing exists. It exists and it is there. Do not be sad all the time. And another last thing is be a prayerful woman. Be a prayerful woman. Read the Bible. Talk to God. if you feel bad. Anyway, that was my way, that was my say. Thank you so much for listening to me, for watching me, and for watching Nalongo Letisha. I'll see you back again in another video. Please share, subscribe, and like. Thank you so much.